I'm ready for Andrade. Let's go and get that shit out the way. The fans waiting. The fans been waiting. I'm ready. I've been waiting on this opportunity. Like, I'm ready. That motherfucker ain't never seen this shit type shit before. Shit gonna blow his mind. Like, I'm telling you, the type of athlete that I am, like, you will get a chance to see it once we put them gloves on, we get to fighting. I want to make it a real fight, like a real fight. Like, I'm from the streets. Let's go back to the streets. He's signing all these contracts with these, bro, they money hungry. They all want an opportunity. He has nothing. Nobody knows him unless y'all mention Jermall Charlo. Who Jermall Charlo need to fight? Then y'all mention this clown. Nobody knows him. He ain't a record selling. He not gonna sell out no crowd. Like, he ain't, bro, like, think about what y'all saying. I didn't watch this motherfucker get dropped so many times. You think bro, I would blow his fucking mind with these straight right hands. And I promise you, he can't even last 5-6 rounds. That pressure different out here. Y'all tripping. Hey, let alone I go up to 160. What he about to try to campaign at 168? He signed with the Zone to cover his fucking trail. He don't have no money. He don't have no contract. He don't have nothing. He got like 3 managers. That's why he signed with them. He know damn well that we fight on Showtime. Why would you run from Showtime? He tried to go with HBO, you remember? Come on, man. Stop talking to me about that clown. Let's get somebody on the line that want to fight, that really want to fight.
That's a line. He lives up to his name. And then you got Jermall Charlo. Not the same mentality. I saw that interview that he had with, I don't know the guy's name, but I saw that interview.
Brian Custer.
And will I say, I have never seen so many contradictions in one interview. This man straight up said, yeah, I'll fight Benavidez, but then he'll say, I'll fight Andrew first. And he was asked, what's going on with you and Andrade? And he brought up his brother. Brought up what happened between Andrade and his brother and why he's got issues with Andrade. I'm like, why are you bringing up your brother when it's between you two? Your brother is not fighting for you. Your brother has a reason not to like Andrade. This is business. I heard Andrade's claiming that he sent you, like, oh yeah, they brought up the fact that Eddie Hearn came to your team and talked about it. And the thing is, what I would have preferred is if Jermall Charlo straight up said that's a lie. I don't know where that happened, but he says, but he sounded like he wasn't even sure. He's like, look, I have not gotten to talk to Eddie Hearn in a while, but I don't know about my team, if that's more or less what he said. So I'm like, you don't even know what's going on? Like, you can't even say with a 100% certainty that's a lie? That doesn't look good. Jermall Charlo's been looking real bad. He ain't looking like a lion. He's looking more like a kitten to me. Because he won't fight Andrade in his weight class, which he claims he's trying to clean out in, and he won't fight Benavidez in 168, who he's been calling out for over a year.
I watched that same interview you're talking about, and I'm a big Charlo fan, but at the end of the day, I'm going to tell it how it is. I'm going to tell the truth. And I think social media is not made for Jermall Charlo, especially during interviews. He will get dissect too much, because let me just talk about certain things that I peeped during the interview. He will say, yeah, I will fight Andrade before I fight Benavidez. But then he says Andrade is boring. And then when Brian Custer brought up the $7 million, he says it's not enough money. But in that same interview, he said about Benavidez, he was like, look, I never duck anybody. I don't even know how much I make. I just fight. I'll have him give me a fight and I'll just fight. So if you don't know how much you make, then why are you saying the money's not enough when it comes to Andrade? I mean, it was just so much contradictions on his end.
I campaigned at 60, bro. But you're out. But the pressure on me, to move up to fight this clown? I'll take the Andrade fight before that. I'll stay at 60. Do my thug. I'm with all that, bro. They tripping. When have I ducked somebody? I beat whoever Al put in front of me. I never ask for a fight. I never know my opponent. I never even know how much I'm making. I just fight.
And you can answer this because Eddie Hearn, who obviously with DAZN, who promotes him, says, quote, "We offered Jermall Charlo $7 million to unify with Andrade, and he turned it down. We even offered to do the fight on Showtime, and he still said no. What is it? Do they not think they can beat him? Ultimately, it is, because if it was an easy fight, or if Charlo really believed he would win, he would fight him," end quote. That's what Eddie Hearn said.
Bro, if they offered us the right amount of money, $7 million, I get that anyways. So to unify, come on, man, makes sense, bro. Makes sense, man. That's all cap. Whatever happened between the team, I have never talked to Eddie Hearn ever, besides on a live. When he got on my live and I got on his live and I'm in the middle of my gym watch. I never talked. Other than that, I don't know what y'all talking about. That's all fucking bullshit. I'm telling you, that's cap as fuck.
He will say, "I'll fight Andrade first before Benavidez." But the problem is, he's not going to fight Andrade anytime soon. So Jermall Charlo really has to make up his mind. Both fights are dangerous. Andrade is a hell of a threat to anybody. Benavidez is the boogeyman, the best 168-pounder, but nobody's willing to fight him. So Charlo kept saying, Andrade, he turned on a fight with my brother 7 years ago.
Let's clear that up. I just finished knocking out J-Rock, right? This motherfucker was in the stands. He's seen the brutal knockout. He's scared as shit. You know what I mean? He didn't want to fight my brother. He turned the fight down. That was like, bro, when we train our ass off to get ready to knock his ass out, and we get to the fight, like the week of the fight, he turned the fight down. He denied us. That's like that let all my fans down. It messed the business. It was a lot of money lost. It was a lot going on at that point. We even had to fight somebody else. My brother did. You know what I'm saying? He never wanted to fight. He's signing all these contracts with these, bro, they money hungry. They all want an opportunity. He has nothing. Nobody knows him unless y'all mention Jermall Charlo. Who Jermall Charlo need to fight? Then y'all mention this clown. Nobody knows him. He ain't a record selling. He not gonna sell out no crowd. Like, he ain't, bro, like, think about what y'all saying.
Let's all be honest, man. That was a $300,000 offer. I mean, he probably should have took it. I give credit for Jermall for wanting to fight Andrade for $300, but he was still signed with Jay-Z, and they had some issues at the time. They had a plan for him, and apparently that wasn't the right way to go because they didn't know much about boxing. I think it was Rock Nation, if I'm not mistaken. But the point here is, why are we talking about something that happened 7 years ago for $300,000? $300,000 when Andrade was a champion, and Charlo just turned down $7 million to fight Andrade for a unification at 160. If Charlo want to talk about something that makes sense, Andrade fight makes sense right now. And Andrade said, listen, if Charlo is complaining about the money, it's okay. He said, listen, we could negotiate. I'm pretty sure we could come up with the right price. We could come up with like maybe possibly 10. I'm just saying. He said we could negotiate. It's part of negotiation. $7 million was the start off price to fight. You know what I'm saying? And Charlo did not deny it. He said something around the lines, I'm worth more. I make that on the regular. And then he said it's a cap. So it's like he didn't say it was a cap right away. He said it's not enough money. But again, Andrade said, listen, we can negotiate. So at the moment in time, Charlo is in a very tough position because, like you pointed out, if his next fight is not for a world title, then everything he said on the Brian Custer interview makes no sense at all. Because he said, I'd rather unify. I just got comfortable at 160. So your next fight has to be a unification. Now, there's a Gennady Golovkin. Gennady Golovkin turned down a 2-fight deal. There's Andrade, but there's somebody else as well. I think whoever is the third person, I don't even know who it is. I got to check, but he's possibly most likely the weakest link. At the end of the day, a meaningful fight this year will cause a lot of buzz because we don't have too many meaningful fights. We have fights coming up, but none of these fights are truly meaningful like a 50-50 fight. None of these fights are really 50-50 fight.
Do you think that even though you're there at the zone, do you think it's like almost like that? And I don't want to come off as sounding as if they sold you a bill of goods, but whether it's Canelo, whether it's Triple G, whether it's Billy Joe Saunders, you would think they would, or Daniel Jacob, they would give you that fight by now, and they keep moving it away. So for some reason, do you feel like at the end of the day, have you ever sat back and say, I don't really think they're going to give me these fights that I've been looking for and that people want to see me in?
I mean, listen, all I can do is continue to do my job, and that's continue to win. And everybody got to get behind Demetrius Andrade a little more if you want to see these fights happen. You know, I don't have to necessarily have to be anybody on the zone. I can fight people on Showtime, PBC, Top Rank. We can make these fights happen one way or another. Either we're sending the offer, you guys come over here, or we'll go over there if you guys send the offer. I can do that. It's in my contract. I'm not shouldn't be talking about my contract, but I can go anywhere I please to go.
You've had a long.
So what you're trying to say is also is Charlo or anybody else? Do they want to fight me? Will they want to fight me? So if they say yes, if they come out and say yes, instead of like, oh, Lions only, I'm the man, Lions only. Instead of like being on that shit, do you really want to fight? Let's sign the dotted line. Let's make this shit happen. I can go to Showtime, no problem. Or they can come to the zone. So that's what it boils down to at the end of the day. Triple G maybe never happen. Canelo will probably never happen because they don't want to make it happen. They don't want it. And so if I'm on Showtime PBC and Charlo don't want to fight, it's not gonna happen. So, you know, yeah, I'm stuck in a situation where I'm going to fight whoever's in front of me, and may the opportunity come when it comes, I can fight one of these elite guys to show people, you know, what skills I have versus another elite guy.
You know, you've had this, and you mentioned him, you've had this long-standing feud with both of the Charlos. It goes way back really to you guys' amateur days. I remember we had a fight at the Barclays, and you guys had that kind of, you know, little back and forth verbal exchange then. In your opinion, Demetrius, why haven't you fought one of the Charlos?
You know, it's just timing, you know, it's just timing. And again, you know, we both have to say yes. That's it. Instead of, bickering, talking shit, whatever you want to call it, instead of doing that all the time, like we definitely we have to say yes each other at the same time. Like, let's make it happen. That's it. I mean, like I said, $7 million, they turned it down. I don't know. If it's not enough money, then say, what are you looking for? Well, how much money you want? What are you looking for to make this fight happen? I mean, I don't know. 7 million is a lot of money. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But it sounds like a lot of money to me.
So we had Jermall Charlo on The Last Stand, and we asked him about you. And so we asked him about the reported offer that Eddie Hearn made, the $7 million. He said it was cap, that it was never made to him. I would love to fight Demetrius Andrade. And in fact, what he said about you was,
bro, I would blow his fucking mind with these straight right hands. And I promise you, he can't even last 5-6 rounds.
What's your response to Jermall Charlo?
Yeah. Oh, if I touch him, oh, if I hit him, oh boy, I'll tell you, if I can put my hands on Demetrius Andrade, boy, I'll tell you. like, yo, that's just mad funny. That's mad funny to me. Let's just make it happen. You know, at the end of the day, like I said, I don't need to go back and forth with the shit talking. If you want to fight, bro, let's make the fight happen. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? That's just it. Let's just make the fight happen. I'm so scared when I pull up on you like, yo, when we gonna fight? Yeah, J-Rock is nothing like me. You know what I'm saying? My hat goes off for him to, you know, for the opportunity, but shit, no, he can't fight like me. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole other fight, bro. It's cool. And if you can hit me with all these right hands and shit, sign the line, make your money, send me home, become the unify the division, and then you say, yo, you be undefeated Olympian who's the champion, bro. Go ahead, do that. That's it. What we talking about? And then as far as his brother's situation, like that's old. That's like really old. A lot of people know of the situation. You know, I can't get into it too much. You know, that's when, you know, the whole Rock Nation situation and this and that. And I was with whatever. It's old. It was like, yo, we're making, if you look at the numbers then versus now, I mean, come on, bro. We're talking hundreds versus millions. Like, I mean, what are you talking about, bro? Like I don't know. You tell me. You tell me.
Yeah.
You tell me.